It's been a while since I talked about the Elektron Syntakt, and I thought it would be fun to kind of check in and see how it's been. As you may know, the Syntakt was sent over to me from Perfect Circuit, which is an amazing synth shop. They ship synthesizers and hardware, groove boxes, all kinds of tools you need to make music worldwide. And if you are interested in buying any gear from them, I highly recommend using my links below, which give me a small commission at no cost to you. So the Syntakt. The Syntakt is a pretty sick groove box, and I've definitely talked about it before. I've been making a few different things with it, and I wouldn't say they're masterpieces by any means, but they're extremely fun. And the process of making things with it is a really good time. Here's one of the first ones I've made recently. And I will say I have a bit of a bad habit of really just making single patterns right now. I still haven't really gotten into the song mode yet, although I'm definitely going to dive into it in the future. In a video you may see on a different channel, I talk a lot about my favorite features of this, so I don't want to dive too much into those, but I do think it's fair to say that there's so much flexibility that it's basically a Swiss Army knife synthesizer and drum machine, which I really enjoy. And really the only con that I have is that there isn't a true polyphonic synth machine. There are workarounds for sure that I've heard about in the comments, but there isn't a machine I can load up and play polyphonically, which kind of is annoying for me, but you're not limited in the sonic potential here because you have those 12 voices. It's very easy to get plenty of layers going, and that doesn't even include using like the chord machine, which is already going to play chords, at least in its own unique way. In some ways, the Syntakt really comes to life when you pair it with something like the Digitakt, and I would actually love to try it out with a Digitakt and Digitone at the same time. But even by itself, I have a pretty good time just making stuff and playing around, designing certain patches from scratch, or loading up some of the many presets that are available. Or making things like that. I do find that I tend to gravitate towards like heavy dark beats with it, and something I haven't done yet is actually load up Overbridge and bring these into Ableton and add additional layers and mixing. I think there's a pretty high ceiling for what you can get done with the Syntakt, especially if you use Overbridge and then add additional layers outside of the Syntakt. But even just on the device itself, there's a lot you can do. So maybe the next thing we should do is just make a track from scratch. We start with these init machines. I don't actually mind them very much, but I do think for the sake of originality, let's try a different kick. And we could obviously load up the drum kick machine ourselves and make our own kick if we wanted to as well. I like that. All right, let's just try that. Right now I'm messing with the velocity per step on some of these kicks. I'm going to send some of these steps to the delay and the reverb. Okay. Let's find a new snare. This is really leaning into a fun direction. see, it's definitely got an LFO, one LFO set up, but we could set up an LFO on the pan as well. Let's get a clap. Yeah, I like that one. All right, well. So I just live recorded that in. Let's find a new hi-hat. Whoops. I like that. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, and if I want to have a count in, I can function metronome, turn the click on, and turn a pre-roll bars to 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, I like that, but for that last one, I want to lower the velocity. And in fact, I want to condition trig it to only play the second time it goes through. I noticed that our first trig didn't play the first time. So let's make sure, yep, the micro timing starts before the actual start, and so it won't actually play until we move it there. Let's get an analog sound going. Get an analog pad. Maybe not an analog pad. Clear, maybe an analog bass. That's all right. Alright, we're going to need to double our length there. Alright, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think this is actually the note we want for those last two. Here we go. yeah, that's sick. One, two, three, four. Let's get like a pad. A little cheesy, but I like it. This is the swarm machine. Ugh. Yeah. I'm gonna get there. That's it. Nope. Make sure we're on time. Yep. Check out the effects block. I'm running everything through right now. I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of trash. But sometimes we make trash. Sometimes we sit down, we want to put something together, we practice, and it's still trash. I do make better music, and if you're interested in that music, I recommend checking out my album There's Something Better on all streaming services, as well as dylanparis.bandcamp.com. Thank you so much to my Patreon patrons who help make this channel possible. I promise I usually make better stuff than this. But hopefully you learned a little bit of something watching the workflow, and if you have any tips and tricks you want to share, I'm not an expert on the Syntakt, so please teach me more in the comments if you'd like. Thank you again to Perfect Circuit for sending this over, and thank you to you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. All right, peace.